So, tell me something. How does a team, sitting pretty in the 6th spot, walk into its own house, Little Caesars Arena? Of all places, see the 13th seed Spurs coming in hot off a 34-point dismantling of Toronto, and not blink. They don't blink, mate, they smirk, because the Pistons may not be perfect. 7-6 since late February is hardly champagne form, but they've been rolling. Beat New Orleans by 6 without Cade Cunningham. Why? Ron Holland 26 points, 6 assists. Kid played like he had something to prove. Malik Beasley, Ozar Thompson, Tobias Harris, Jalen Duren, they're not passengers. They're architects, and when Cade's in the mix, they're a damn symphony. Only question is Cade actually in the mix tonight? Status, unclear. Tim Hardaway Jr., likely out. Jaden Ivey, out for the season. And yet, this team's winning games, comfortably pacing both slow burners and track meets. But here's the twist. The Spurs are not dead. Fighting from the 13th spot, sure, but they just ransacked the Raptors like it was a war crime. 5th win in 7 games. 3 straight dubs. No Wembanyama, no De'Aaron Fox. Doesn't matter. Devin Vassell, 25. Stephon Castle, balling. Chris Paul at the point, Harrison Barnes grinding at the wing, Bismack Biyombo holding the paint. This is a squad that smells blood and eats your lunch if you flinch. But make no mistake, Detroit ain't flinching. Defensively, they're better. Offensively, deadlier. Can the Spurs keep up? Sure, for a while, but over 4 quarters. You saw the line. You saw the total. 234. Spreads at 8. Tick, tick, tick. And today's AI pick is over 234 total points. You think Detroit's keeping this under wraps? They're gonna score. San Antonio will keep swinging. But this one's a foot race to the 240s. And we're holding the stopwatch. Let M run.
You know what I love about the Miami Heat? They make tragedy look consistent. This team just lost 10 in a row. Finally remembered how to play basketball against Charlotte. And now we're supposed to believe they've figured it out. Please. That wasn't a win. It was CPR on a corpse. Wiggins dropped 42. Man played like someone just told him he's getting traded back to Golden State if he doesn't go nuclear. But don't let that fool you. This offense? Dead last in March. A blistering 104.2 points per game. That's not basketball, that's Jazz funeral numbers. Meanwhile, Harrow's still flipping a coin every night. Heads, he cooks. Tails, he vanishes. And the defense? It's alright. But it can't carry this sinking ship. And now, the Golden State Warriors come knocking. They just dropped 1 to Atlanta. Big deal. No Curry. But let's not pretend this team forgot how to win. Since Jimmy Butler joined, 16 wins in 20 games. 16. They didn't just turn a corner, they hijacked the entire street. Jimmy Butler versus Miami? Oh, that's personal. That's spicy. That's a knife fight in a phone booth. Curry's questionable, sure. But even without him, they've got Podziemski, Moody, Draymond, and Jimmy. That's enough to ruin your night and still be home in time for dinner. Now. Just a second. What is that? Oh God, why is it squinting at me like that? Is that an alien? No, don't touch me, don't, wait, oh, mommy, I hope I don't have to pay extra for that. Anyway, totals at 217.5, spreads 4.5. You didn't come here for the abduction, you came for the truth, and today's AI pick is over 217.5 total points. The Heat may be a mess, but Golden State's about to start the fire. This one's going up in flames, and we're cashing in on the smoke. Next game, let's go.
You know what really grinds me? Narratives. People falling in love with teams just because they've had a good week. People ignoring the math because they feel something. This isn't a damn love story. It's a game of numbers, systems, logic. And right now, the Mavericks are walking into the Garden on zero rest with the whole world already writing their obituary. Good. Let 'em. New York's coming off a 122-103 win against Washington. Clean performance. Shot 48%, hit 37% from 3. Bridges. 27. KAT. 31 and 11. Yeah, they handled business. They should've. That's Washington. And the Knicks did it while holding them to 44% shooting, just 31% from deep. But let's not throw a parade just yet. Dallas. Different beast. Sure, they're on the second night of a back-to-back. Sure, they're missing Exum, Gafford, Lively, Martin and Davis is questionable. But you think that's new. This team's been duct taping the roster together for weeks. And you know what they've done in back-to-backs. 10-1 to the over. They don't slow down. They shoot 51.2% over their last 5 games, 40% from 3. Yeah, they give up 52%. Yeah, they bleed on defense. But this isn't about perfection. It's about pace. It's about chaos. And chaos favors the bold. Knicks. Averaging 119 at home. Last 3 games at the Garden, they're putting up 114.1 points per 100 possessions with a 10.1 net rating. That's solid. But Dallas is still dangerous. Even on tired legs. And today's AI pick is Mavericks 7.5. You can crown New York if you want. Just don't be surprised when Dallas shows up swinging. Next.
Houston. Bright lights. Quiet pressure. They just lost to Denver 118-111, shot 4%. Got torched for 51%. Nearly 50 from deep. That ain't a stumble. That's a controlled burn. Jalen Green gave them 30. Dylan Brooks added 21. None of it mattered. Because the Rockets did defend. And when you don't defend, you don't cover. 4 of their last 5 failed to cover. Now Atlanta's in town. And they don't play soft. Just dropped 132 on Philly. 55% from the field. 4-6% from 3. Trae Young ran the floor like a general, 28 points, 12 assists. Risisher. 22 and smooth. And on the road. Different beast. Last 2 away, 124 points per 100 possessions. 10.9 net rating. That's efficiency with a blade in its teeth. Meanwhile, Houston's letting opponents shoot 4-9% over their last 5. Over 40% from deep. That's not defense. That's a donation box. Now here's the number. When the Rockets play teams averaging 116 or more, they're 3-6 against the spread at home. The Hawks. 7-2 on the road against the number. And today's AI pick is Atlanta Hawks 8 points. That's not a cushion. That's a mistake. They're gonna close the gap. Cold. Precise. Inevitable.
You hear that? That's the sound of the Cleveland Cavaliers dragging a body through the Moda Center. They just stomped Utah by 29 on the road, didn't even shoot well from deep, 23%, still smoked them. Mitchell? Efficient. Jarrett Allen? Locked in. Cleveland held Utah to 38% shooting. That's not defense. That's a hostage situation. Now it's Portland's turn. Trailblazers just gave up 129 to Boston, allowed 55% from the field and 46% from 3. That's what happens when your front court's made of duct tape and crossed fingers. Ayton. Out. Williams. Out. Grant. Doubtful. And here come the Cavs, off a heater, spread dropping from 9-7, the market smells it. So do we. And today's AI pick is Cleveland Cavaliers, 7. Now. Let's run it back, Quentin style. Recap time. 5 AI picks. 5 bullets in the clip. Game 1, Pistons vs Spurs. We said over 234. Why? Because both teams can score and neither brought handcuffs. Let 'em run. Game 2, Heat vs Warriors. Malachi got probed mid-sentence by a sketchy alien and still called over 217.5. That's dedication. Game 3, Mavericks vs Knicks. Simeon doesn't flinch, he took the Mavs plug 7.5 in the Garden. Said numbers don't lie, only fans do. Game 4, Hawks vs Rockets. Raul, cold as a morgue slab, took Hawks +8. No fluff. Just sharp angles and bloodless precision. Game 5, Cavs vs Blazers. Cleveland, 7. Like watching a slow-motion punch. You see it coming. Can't stop it.
And before we fade to black, we just launched a brand new channel. It's called Mysteries Decoded by AI. You like conspiracies, cold cases, UFOs, vanished killers and twisted cover-ups? Go to YouTube. Type it in, Mysteries Decoded by AI. We've only got a few episodes. Only 6 subscribers. It's raw. It's fresh. It's got that just out the trunk vibe. But you? You could be one of the first. One of the originals. You could say, I was there before it blew up. So go look it up. Hit that sub. And remember, the pics? The mysteries? They're already happening.